Everyone tells you, oh, be vulnerable. I tell you what, if you cry in front of the wrong person, Masalema, bye-bye.
I have sleepless nights over, I don't know, contracts, over something that happened that was bad in my life.
For I can't understand how to truly empathize with someone else feeling it, which is a bit of a hindrance, but in other ways, it's a superpower.
Do you want to be soft? Do you want to be a soft little boy? Do you, Justin?
What about if you can't get up and be hard? Like your experience, Ashton. Like what happens in that eventuality?
If you stay in bed, if
Yeah.
you stay on the
Can
couch,
hear it.
you stay in the comfort zone, if you only do what is, your life will be hard. But if you do
That
what is
might.
hard, get up, if you grind, if you are relentless, if you work as hard as possible, when other people are slacking off, your life will be easy.
Well, what do you think? Simple message. Actually, it is true, but it is a bit...
Simple message. Get up and do shit. Stop sleeping because nothing happens when you're asleep. Simple message. What about if you're clinically depressed, is what I say. What about if you can't get up and be hard? Like your experience, Ashton. Like what happens in that eventuality? These motivational speakers, I actually love to listen to them because I feel like I've achieved something, even though I'm probably not going to do even 1% of what they've said. I love it. I'm actually like one of the percentage of people who actually respond to motivational videos. I'm like, yeah, I get like a tingly feeling, like goosebumps on my skin.
Well, the joke is on us. This guy has 3 million subscribers, and we're laughing at it.
Son, 3 million subscribers.
Yeah, let's see what he has.
The following are true stories. May 26, 2003, Aaron Ralston was hiking. Feels like God alive. You are still alive. Act like it.
I invested too much to quit. I made too many sacrifices.
I don't know. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. But is this a black guy? This guy's channel.
Who is the black guy? The Creed, the actor here, or the?
No, I mean like, who's this channel? Is that guy black?
Yeah, I don't think he is black.
Oh, can't be black and have 3.5 million followers, is what you're saying? Yeah, Ashkan. Okay. Whatever, man.
Well, I can see.
There is no testimony without a trial.
Bro, the volume.
It is supposed to be hard.
Audio quality is excellent now.
That rough process is necessary.
Perfect. Maybe we should just use Chrome.
It's what makes you who you are.
You've got to be flexible, you've got to be versatile, and you've got to be adaptable.
You know, it's kind of really... It is sad that we were discussing it in the other episode as well, that people are looking for such a way out, and people are suffering, and they're looking for motivation, basically. But you're just paying this guy.
But these videos directly aimed at men, because I don't see any of this content being aimed towards women. And do you know what the mad message is? As a man, you can't be soft, you can't be vulnerable. Look at all of this. Pain, 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 pain. No pleasure, absolute pain, all aggression.
Yeah. Well, it is true. Do you want to be soft? Do you want to be a soft little boy? Do you
know
Justin?
What I've realized is soft guys don't make it in this world, Ashkan. Soft guys don't make it in this world. Soft guys can't procreate. Soft guys don't get any respect. Soft guys finish last. Everyone tells you, oh, be vulnerable. I tell you what, if you cry in front of the wrong person, Masalema, bye-bye. There is no coming back from it. Vulnerability doesn't pay off in our world. I don't care.
Here's the thing.
No matter, if any of us cry around each other, we're going to lose respect for each other instantly. The jokes are going to be like, like, come on, man.
Yeah, but no, I think that's where we differ. I might cry in front of you or anyone that I feel like. If I feel like crying, I'll cry. I don't give a f what anyone would think or judge me for it. So I think that's not being soft. That being true to yourself and not being like just whinging and whining, but not caring what others think is, I think, very important. Not in a psychopathic way, but as long as like if you're just expressing your feelings and you're not hurting anyone.
No one is. Don't try and act like you are an empathetic guy on this platform for the masses. If I cried in front of you, you're not rubbing my shoulder. You're not stroking my back. You're not doing any of that stuff.
No, why do you think that?
I don't know. Just the fact that I've known you for over a decade, and every time I say something on a forum that's public, you try to counter assassinate me. I don't know. Maybe it's just that. I don't know. Maybe it's just 10 years of experience.
No, it's 20 more. Smaller 20. No, here's the thing. Depends. If you stop your toe and start crying, yeah, I'll make fun of you. But if you're really struggling and start crying, then I be sympathetic. I'll just go behind your back and stop making fun of you.
See, the thing with me is, I actually think I have quite developed sociopathic tendencies. I don't really feel people's emotions in that way. Like, if someone's crying around me, I know how to mask it. I know how to be like, oh, they're there. Don't worry. Like, it's okay. I know other people's ones are small. Mine isn't, but it's okay that you're a small guy. I know how to mask it. But, like, I don't know how to feel it authentically for another person. So maybe that's a problem with me, or maybe that's just a reality of being a man. I think you have to train yourself as a man to be emotionally intelligent.
I don't want to play psychologist, but I don't think, even using the words you're using is sort of revealing, saying masking. You're the one who's masking your feelings. It doesn't make you a psychopath for whatever reason. Maybe you couldn't, and you're talking about that as well, that you can't express yourself. So that's why you don't know how to act when someone else expresses themselves in a very vulnerable way, because you never had the chance of that interaction. Maybe just
100%. 100%. I mean, from a psychological point of view, I think that's spot on. I don't have those developed skill sets, and therefore I can't do it myself, and therefore I can't understand how to truly empathize with someone else feeling it, which is a bit of a hindrance, but in other ways it's a superpower. But yeah, for sure, there's definitely some kind of
I think with the line of job that I work in and the stuff that I've seen, and there was a time that I just randomly broke down crying. Like I was just like in kitchen making food and suddenly started just bursting into tears, and from the stuff that I watched and like from the stuff that I edit, it leaves effect. And I thought I was like that as well for quite a long time. Like nothing affected me, but I think there is a point, there is something that you feel suddenly, and you're like, okay, well, I actually have those sort of feelings. It's just maybe there's a threshold, or maybe there is something that really affects me. Then I show a different sort of emotion. No, I can't mask it anymore.
I know whenever I'd have like a disagreement with my mum, I'd cry uncontrollably and incessantly and inconsolably. I know that. But anything else, I think I've maybe cried around 2 people in my entire life. The rest of it's been around my mother. But yeah, I think it's definitely a coping mechanism, some kind of adverse childhood experience that I definitely haven't come to terms with yet. A form of protective mechanism, a defensive mechanism that has rendered me unable to actually even associate with someone's feelings. I can mask it. I can pretty well like manifest the quote unquote necessary response mechanisms to it, but I won't feel it. I won't feel it purely and truly. But like you said, if that moment ever comes along, I think it's like that trigger moment when you know that that's what it is for you, right? But maybe that's the culmination of a lot of stress, a lot of trauma, and it comes out all at once, rather than being able to like cry on cue authentically. Just don't have it in me.
In return, I'll have to think about it. This is something we can go back to, but it's something to really I'll like to think about it, think about a proper reply, because this is interesting, and like understanding it is just rather difficult as well. So you probably don't understand it yourself, either fully understand it.
I'm pretty sure I understand it. I'm pretty sure I understand it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it originates from. It's just that I've chosen never, ever to address it. And I understand the compartmentalization of the issue as well. Like, I'm very, very good at forgetting trauma in my life, in my modern life, in my most recent life, in my most historical life. I'm very good at compartmentalizing issues. But that's manifested in problematic ways, in other ways. Like, because I'm so good at kind of like concealing and compartmentalizing traumatic events, it's also seeped over into like my short-term memory, where I'm able to like forget things immediately, but not in a good way. So yeah, there's definitely stuff. There's unresolved issues there for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing with trauma is that, it's our traumatic experiences. It is like sort of your, as you say, coping mechanism to forget about it. And even short-term or long-term memory, but sometimes it just, comes back like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Or something that maybe felt natural at the time. You're like, actually, that wasn't all right. That wasn't okay. And like, it takes like 10 days, I say, like 10 years to actually realize it, that,
right?
You weren't treated right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wasn't, okay, let's...
Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you.
What the? Is this real or was this AI?
No, I think it was AI. I think that you used the filter. I don't remember them crying like that. But Denzel Washington did say that to Will Smith. I don't know if he ever said it loud. I don't know, but I know that he said that during that whole slapping thing.
Really?
And it's a very good thing advice. Like, when you feel really high and mighty, that's when you feel justified. That's when you actually might be the evil person in the room, because you feel.
And they do say pride comes before a fall, right? Pride comes before a fall.
Yeah.
I got a 585 on my SAT. They give you 400 for putting your name on the paper. It's a true story.
Wow.
I guessed ABACADA. I did abacadabra all the way down. True story. Swear to God. I didn't care because it was a class trip that same day. I wanted to go Great Adventure. At the moment, I said, damn, maybe I should have applied myself. Maybe I should have did different. When I saw all my friends get their test scores back and they were ecstatic. 800s, 900s, 960s. Everybody's going to college. I felt like the biggest idiot in the world, because the same people that I went and rushed to go to Great Adventure with, they had taken the SAT the week before. So I'm the only one going to community college. Everybody else off to Villanova, Temple University, Drexel University. God damn. I just got left behind. Lesson learned. Any opportunity given should be taken serious from this point on. I don't look down on those moments. You take those moments, you make the best of them, because they're life lessons. It's that simple.
Dude, I didn't expect this to. I was ready to, say like, this is stupid, but like, that was very mature.
That was very mature, and he made such a success of his life afterwards. But
yeah,
I think he's had quite a
I was expecting him to say like, I didn't need it, but he wasn't saying I didn't need it. It's like, any opportunity you have to take it. Like, it's not like,
right. It's a good lesson. There's a mature response to it. I would love to know his history, because they often say that people who are like naturally funny, or people who go into the field of comedy, they normally come from traumatic backgrounds, and levity and humor is actually a coping mechanism to like avoid being punished or avoid trauma, or to avoid their parent feeling like melancholic or suffering more. I wonder if his background is turbulent.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I sort of like had a therapist as well. Like, when I said some like not traumatic stuff, but bad stuff, and I almost saw the funniest things in it as well. And I laugh, and she was always like, "Why are you laughing?" Like it's a coping mechanism. But I think it's a view of life as well. Like how I was saying in the other episode, that we are just 1 in 7 billion, and the absurdity of life is like things happen to you, and it's not your fault, and it doesn't really matter. So it's down to you how you take it. Do you take it as a big tragedy and not move on from it, or do you take it as it's like, yeah, of course, like in life, this happens to me. Or you see the absurdity in it. Like if you have a very bad day, and like the fifth bad thing that happens to you, you're like, yes, of course, and start laughing rather than just starting to shout. And really, it is sort of a fighting back as well, not being down, like saying like, you can't hurt me, like I'll make fun of it. Like,
and what predisposes you to have that resilience? Because some people, it would be debilitating. It would crush them. They wouldn't see the humor in it. They'd end up in a death spiral of depression, melancholy, and subjugation. What is it that trains you to be resilient? Is it your background? Is it your genetics? What is it?
It's just my life philosophy. I would say that is like, I'm on air and I'm conscious. I'm a conscious being for, I don't know, this many years. If you look at the history of humanity, I'm just like a little dot in it. If there's a book of humanity, I'm just a little dot in that. And whatever happens from beginning to end, whatever suffering that happens, it will end. And with that, I'll end. And it doesn't really matter that it happened. But while I'm here, it all matters. But there is a way of dealing with things. And I'm in control of that.
I think
so. That's how.
Yeah. I think there's a profundity to that, but that kind of mind space, or that kind of predisposition and outlook on life, is that something that has to be continually trained? Because I know I have to remind myself almost every day to be grateful, until I transport myself back to yesteryear, where my life was not as good as it is now. And whether or not I'm like, recognizing my gratitude vis-a-vis a higher power or an existential spirituality, I know it's a daily practice for me. Is it the same for you?
No, it's not a daily practice. And I think it would be much better if it was. So yeah, I do forget about it myself. It's not like I'm always like very dealing with stuff very well. I have sleepless nights over, I don't know, contracts, over something that happened that was bad in my life. And I forget about it, that, there's so much, like the world is much bigger. Even like, I'm not saying like other people, even for me, the world is bigger. If this isn't working out for me, I can just grab my stuff and go somewhere else and live a completely different life. Or just leave the job, or I don't know, even being homeless might not be as bad as you think. Like once it happens, like you're still alive. I don't know. I mean, that is from a position of privilege. But what I'm saying is, grounding yourself is very important, and I know I don't often do it. So I agree with you. If you do it more often, it helps you. Just as I was saying, like play this game, but don't play it too seriously. Right? Don't just do nothing. But when bad things happen, just have some sort of content.
I mean, like, it's awfully cliche to talk about it, but you often hear the phrase, live every day as if it is your last day. Now, like, that's easier said than done, because, I mean, we've got stuff to do. We can't, like, put down the contracts, right? Like, if you were to grapple through each single day, thinking about the joys and the bountiful abundance and the brilliance of what it is to actually be alive and breathing, I think at the end of your life, you would give absolutely anything for one more day of the most mundane life that you lament right now. If it was at the end of your time here, your cycle, your cyclical, and it came down to it, you would give anything just to have one more of the most mundane and uninspiring days that you have. So why not every single day try to eke out the joy, find the humor, find the levity? It's easier said than done, but I think that mindset is the most powerful mindset you can possibly endow yourself with, but it's not easy to do it.
Last Sunday, we were supposed to record an episode, but I said I was sick and we couldn't. And I had one of the worst, like, I don't know if it was a stomach bug, if it was a virus or whatever, and I was like constantly vomiting. I couldn't even drink water, like, for a day and a half. And like, I was in so much pain, and like, even psychologically, I was delirious too. So I was dreaming of my childhood, dreaming of my parents. Like waking up feeling very lonely and very much in pain, and just sort of like saying like, how is this ever going to end? Like I was in so much pain. And like at that moment I was thinking like, I'll do anything to go back to just to be be healthy, to be able to, I don't know, go back to yesterday, to Saturday when I was healthy. So it really puts things into context when you're not healthy, that, you know, how much a mundane day is a privilege.
Right? I remember a previous time in my life where, I mean, you can probably resonate with this, where it wasn't the most healthy part of my life for a variety of reasons, but there'd be certain occasions where I was truly at the apex of destruction and just saying, look, if something helps me get back to zero right now, I will like forevermore live my life with thankfulness, right? Or even when I was put into intensive care because I had an infected like wisdom tooth and it almost led to my death. But the days after, I was like, oh, you know what? I never want that again. So I'm going to live my life henceforth with such authenticity and richness. And then it's a constant struggle. It's a constant mission to center yourself. And whether it's through meditation, whether it's through mindfulness, whether it's through journaling, whether it's through having like a person to speak to about it, I think that journey is an incredibly important one. But most people only arrive upon that journey in a very turbulent, tempestuous part of their life, when quite often it's too late. But it is a rich journey to notice.
You know, as was it Rick Ross that said, "Don't get lost in the sods"?
I prefer 50 Cent's one. How'd you know the beauty of the sunshine if it wasn't for the rain?
You said it last time.
You said it's last time. It's a bloody great saying.
Is it? But anyway, I think it's a good point to end it on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, up to you. If you want to carry on for a bit, I can.
No, for sure. And if you're experiencing any of these things in your friendship group or your own personal life, please call 1-500 Ashcon or 1-500 Justin. We'll try to get back.
Anyway, we should ask people to start subscribing and leaving comments.
Yeah,
it would make us happy for now. If we get more famous, we'll try to remember you, those that were with us at the very beginning. But mostly not. We'll probably start having fights with each other as well, and the whole ego trips. And it'd be quite ironic, like in episode 1000, how much of ego each one of us have, and don't even let each other finish our sentence. I comparing this spiritual moment.
As you can see, Ashkan has very much already reached Nirvana. The sun is literally welcoming him into the gates of heaven right now. And it's as messianic as it could possibly be. So with that, goodbye. Like, share, subscribe.
Goodbye, my children.
Right.
Goodbye.
Bye, mate.